Well, everyone, the new Clone Wars episode, Old Friends Not Forgotten, just came out the other day, and I will certainly not be forgetting about this one anytime soon. Oh my gosh. The latest episode of the Clone Wars just dropped, and it is quite amazing. Like, it is, to say the least, a sight to behold. But, of course, this video is a review and it will naturally contain spoilers. So if you have not seen that episode yet, definitely go watch it. It is probably one of the best Clone Wars episodes ever. But, with that said, let's jump right into the review. So, going into this episode, I had some pretty high hopes, and all of my expectations were exceeded in like the first 10 minutes. I found myself in love with this episode before the intro was even over. That new General Grievous design is probably the best thing I have ever seen, even though we only got to see it for about 2 seconds while the narrator is opening the episode. It is truly a gift from heaven and a huge step up from the design we got earlier in the series. Bruh. And those are just a few of the things I like about this episode. I mean, I also really liked how they orchestrated comedy into this whole overarching story. Like that moment where Anakin is surrendering to the Separatist forces, they just played that off really well, and I don't know, I just really like it. Speaking of comedy, this whole episode shows all the different genres pretty well. Like, of course, there's action, there's comedy, of course, there's even a little bit of horror at one part, and of course, there's just general beauty. And when I say beauty, I am, of course, talking about that new Grievous design. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Anyways, if you pay attention to the beginning of this episode, you will notice certain Jedi on the planets they die on because of Order 66, basically confirming that Order 66 is going to happen before the end of this season. And not to toot my own horn here, but in doing so, confirming my theory I had last video. And I just generally like how this episode handled all the characters, specifically Anakin and Obi-Wan, because it really set them up for the events of episode 3, which are probably only like an hour away at this point. Probably the only thing I would change about this episode, if I could, would be to not spoil all of the powerful moments in the trailer, because they literally spoiled Anakin meeting Ahsoka for the first time in years in the trailer, and then when I watched that scene in the episode, it was still really powerful and emotional, but I just feel like it could have been better if it wasn't already spoiled in the trailer. But speaking of Ahsoka, there were still a lot of other scenes out there with her that I really liked. Like when she jumps off the troop transport and then on and off a ton of other troop transports and like dodging bullets and all that just to get down to the platform. And to top it all off, she lands with an explosion behind her. Like, few things get better than that. Another moment I really liked was when Anakin was leaving Ahsoka to go free the Chancellor from Grievous, and then like they have this nice farewell to each other, and it's really powerful because the next time Ahsoka sees Anakin, he has become Vader. So watching that scene, knowing that the next time she sees him is when he's Vader, that just makes it twice as amazing. Also, can I just say how awesome it is that Anakin is literally leaving to free the Chancellor in this episode, which is literally something he's doing at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. Like, these final episodes and Revenge of the Sith are going to tie in perfectly. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this episode. I thought it was really entertaining to watch. It fits in wonderfully with the rest of the movies. There's a few holes here and there, but nothing big. I just generally thought it was really amazing. Also, I loved the cliffhanger at the end. That just got me so hyped for the next episode, and I honestly couldn't ask for anything better. But yeah, thanks for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.